evening, parents, and welcome to our webinar, Timetables and your role as a parent. As we shared with you before, this is going to be a series of webinars that we will take you through in order for you to better understand our structures, to be able to support your child better at home. We know how anxious you are. We know how much some of you are not very happy about being at home with your children, where they're learning, where they're doing their virtual learning. We totally understand. We don't want to deny this. We want to acknowledge that. But also we want to let you know that we are here to support. It is our role to, as much as possible, share our practices with you. But also we ask you, please, if possible, to help us and support us when we need that. So we will work together, even if it is new to all of us. I'm sure we can do it together. So just let's do it as a team. Let's do the best out of it. So today's session is about timetables and my role as a parent in a virtual learning. I have with me Ms. Ola Aitani, who is our PYP coordinator, Ms. Linda Rgaut, our early years head, and Ms. Dunya Husami, grade 3 teacher, and Ms. Rawan Adawi, our ICT teacher and tech support. And I'm sure she's already very popular among all of you, Ms. Rawan, because of her support and how much we need technology nowadays. So we are going to start by doing a little assessment of how we are feeling about this school year. So what I would like you to do, please, I would like you to either scan here or copy that link, b.socrative.com/login/students. So either go to this website or go to scan the QR code right here. And then when they're going to ask you about a room name. So when you are asked to enter a new room name, please enter Wellspring 2021. So Wellspring, it's all one word, it's all capital, it's Wellspring 2021. And once you get there, I would like you to answer this question by just clicking on the letter. So you will not see these choices, you will not see the words, but you will see letters. So how are you feeling about this school year? I feel horrible. Can I run away? That's A. B, I don't believe my child will learn this year. C, I feel anxious, but I am ready for the challenge, maybe. D, I feel good and ready to start. E, I am super duper excited and ready to help others. So if you would like to participate with us, and we really want you to participate, if you can just go on this link and or scan it, enter Wellspring 2021, so we can see our results here. So here I see 2 students already in the room, so two participants actually. If you can click, so pick the letter and then click submit. Thank you. We have 3 already. We have an answer, someone submitted. So thank you. 4 participants. If you can click submit when you answer. Nice, we have a super duper excited person in the room, that's great. Keep going. I'll give it some time before we move forward. It's really important, you know, even with our students, to try to understand this is a type of formative assessment that we use with our students to understand their learning before we start our lesson. So we know what, first, for example, in this example, I get to know the audience better, where they're coming from, what's happening, all these things. And for the students also, at some point, we assess their level of understanding for the concepts that we're teaching. So I have 4 who went in. And from the 4, if I want to look at, I feel that 60% think their children will not learn. I have 20% that are a little anxious, but they think that they need support and they can get there. And 20% who are super duper excited. So I see a new person in the room. Please keep adding your votes. It's important to know where we are as a community of parents. So we know how can we support each other better. And we will be doing this task at the end of the session. So let's remember this percentage. So before we will do it at the end, we will go back to this one, but mainly from the answers I have 60%, 20%, and 20%. That's 50, 33, 33, 17. Okay, so keep going, keep trying to put it, and then we will go back to it later on. What's ahead? So what we're going to be looking at in today's webinar is we're going to look at a video of a flashback on last year. We're going to then share with you just talk a little bit why we have the roadmap to a successful year. Why is it that complicated things that we put on you as parents? Then we are going to take a virtual tour of the Madhaf campus, particularly for our new families, and my role as a parent. So what am I expected to do as a parent in all this virtual learning thingy that I might not like a lot, okay? So first things, I want you to get ready because we are going to watch what happened last year.
Everybody, I just wanted to leave you a quick video in case you wanted to take on homeschool by yourself at any point.
Your student has been assigned an individual password for logging into each of their assigned accounts for ReadWorks, Scholastic, WebEx, Zern.
And we have 14 different Wi-Fi's, and we know our neighbor's password into his Wi-Fi is Panties. When ours is out, we got to go to his.
Mathletics, Grammaropolis, ABC.
Okay, and there's Sam. I hope that Jeffrey kid doesn't talk about his sister's foot again.
We're not muted. Did you just toot?
No.
Oh my God!
I appreciate everyone jumping on today and doing the call.
What?
And so,
Oh my gosh, I just
what was
blew
your
the clock.
Julia is planting vegetables in a rectangular garden.
It's PE time. Go, run. Put the iPad down.
Email address for you, Finn. Why can't I just go 12 times 9? Hi. I just want to tell you that I really am so grateful for everything you've ever done. I regret saying or have any thoughts that like teachers have a cush job because you guys get the summers off, because really, I mean, I've got 2 students right now and they're so mean and they're mine. I really love you.
Okay, so basically, I hope we get some of the humor, but we really, when we looked at this video, it was a way for us to acknowledge all you went through last year. And we know it was not easy for you. And even if we did not mean it, I'm sure we really, we were the source of a lot of stressful moments. So we apologize for this. And we know that there are few that will be coming, but we can tell you that we really, really worked hard all summer to be prepared, to be better planned, and to have more structures and systems that will support your child, will support us, but will support you as well. And this is why we created the roadmap to a successful year, because we were thinking about, okay, how do we expect you to help us if we don't somehow educate you on what we are educating ourselves and our teachers. So everything, we are new to all these practices. This is a new word to all of us, not only in Lebanon, but worldwide. So how can we educate you as we're educating ourselves? So we wanted to share with you this, and this is where this series of webinars started. I just want to tell you that if you feel overwhelmed, you don't have to watch them all at the time of the webinar. Of course, if you watch, then you will get to ask your questions live and all these and let's say special privileges that you get, but we understand that you might be busy, you might have work, so don't worry about it. You can refer to them, to the recording when you need the information. I'm not going to go into the details of the roadmap, but you have all the names, the titles, and I just, because I'm receiving a lot of messages from parents that they are not able to access this session. So please, if you have any WhatsApp friends on your WhatsApp or anywhere, please share the words that they have to click on this icon right here on the Teams next to timetables and my role as a parent, and they will be able to join us. Now we're going to go with Miss Dunya, who has prepared Miss Dunya, Miss Luna, and Miss Farah, a fourth grade teacher, Miss Luna, our librarian. They prepared for us a campus virtual tour that we will be sharing with our students when school starts. We have to say that this video did not meet their expectations yet, so they're still working on it. But I took their permission to share it because I really felt I was impressed by it. And I felt that it's a great visual to show you, particularly our new families who have not been on campus yet. So, Ms. Dunya, I'm going to open the link for you, and please let me know when to proceed.
Thank you, Ms. Maha. So to ensure that we're having a very smooth transition between that summer vacation and a new style of back to school, we thought of preparing a virtual tour of our campus. It is really important that kids make a connection between them and the environment they're working with. And this is designated especially for the newcomers, the new joiners, so that they see the details of our campus. And as Ms. Maha said, this is not ready completely because there are so many rooms that are not in this tour yet. So this is the round door, our main gate where we meet every morning. Ms. Maha, would you take us inside?
Sure.
Thank you. So as you enter from the brown door, there are 3 ways where you can go. So we have the learning garden, which is the most favorite place for everyone. So here's the learning garden where really learning and playing happens. We go back to the entrance, in which we can look at our drama room. And all the way to Spiral. Spiral has a big place in our hearts, where we share our special moments, success moments, our news early in the morning before heading to our classes on some days. Also, we can look at some nursery classes. So this is their playing area. This is their favorite area as well. We can go up to KG2 classes and the nurse's room. We can also navigate to the art room, where really kids enjoy getting their talents. Yes, so this is the art room, a busy room. And we can go back to look at the library where Miss Luna, thank you Miss Luna for this tour. Miss Luna, who is very passionate about reading aloud and stories and books, and kids really enjoy coming to this library. So also next to the library, we can see one of the grade 4 classrooms. There they are, eager to start. And if we go back outside the library, we can have a look at our building from the other side and the indoor and the outdoor playground. So on rainy days, we also have our indoor play. Thank you, and we're so eager to have you back and to welcome new ones.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Dunya. And you know, I just want to share with you all why they believe that it did not meet expectations, because when they looked at it, they said there are no students in the pictures. This is not our school. We need more students in our pictures. So we are trying to collect previous pictures from last year or the years before to be able to include them. So when we show it to students, it will look more like our campus usually looks. So you can imagine how much teachers, leaders, staff, everyone misses them so much. So after the, right now, I just want to say, because I don't think I mentioned it at the beginning, if you have questions as we're going, so if you are already used to the question area, please post it in the Q&A section. If you are not used to it, there is a Q&A box, so please ask your questions, and then at the end of the session we will answer these questions, unless it's a quick question or a personal question that usually one of our moderator will answer it right away. And now we're going to move with Miss Lean, and we're going to be talking about timetables. We said breathe deeply and put your flexible hat on, because honestly, timetables were really hard to create, to think about, to structure. But once we have an understanding, we strongly believe that it will make everyone's life easier, because it somehow organizes us as a community. So please ask as many questions as you'd like about the timetables. Be patient with us, and we have really looked at them from so many perspectives before we got to this end result. So, Ms. Lean?
Yes, hello everybody. So we're going to start with the KG2 to grade 2 timetables. For the nursery and the KG1, they're somehow similar. I will walk you through quickly. Can you move to the next? Yes. So this year we have day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. We decided to call them day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, not Monday, Tuesday. So in case we miss one day of virtual learning or eventually blended learning, we will directly move to the next day. So for example, if day 1, for some reason, we cannot do our virtual learning, or it's a holiday, the schedule will not be missed, then the next day will be day 1 again. And you will notice that we have week A at the top, and there is a week B for another schedule. The difference between that, you will notice that here in week A, there's an ICT session, and there is a music session. The difference between week A and week B is that some of the specials we do not have them every week. So if in week A you have ICT and music, week B you will have media and another special, maybe PE, or it's here it says UOI. So this is basically the timetable. The yellow is the one that is synchronous. So the schedule starts synchronous, and then after 12, it is asynchronous for group A. As for group B, which is the blue, highlighted in blue, they start asynchronous, and then they begin their synchronous learning after 12:20. This is a sample, so this is for you to note. You will receive your timetables in due time. And you will be able to see what each one stands for. But basically, MSA is Arabic. It's either MSA or AAL. We have brain breaks in between for the students to take a break. And we have the different subjects: math, PE, unit of inquiry. UOI stands for unit of inquiry for those who do not know. We have English. We have French, and I think I covered them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Christine. I just want to talk a little bit more about the structure of the schedule. So if you look here, if my child is in group A, in KG2A, right? Week B or week A, it doesn't matter. It's only those few sessions that change. You will notice them. But what I want you to really look at is that at 9, my child's day starts. So this is a morning meeting, but not for the child if they are in group B. Okay, so this is a morning meeting for my child who will have synchronous session. We call synchronous session all the sessions that are live with the teacher. So my child will do their morning meeting from 9 to 9:20. Then they will do an Arabic. MSA is Modern Standard Arabic. AAL is Arabic as additional language. Then they will take a break, then math, then break, and then PE, physical education, and inquiry time. that will end the day of my child who's in group A in synchronous sessions, but does not mean that it ended the day of my child in asynchronous sessions. That means in the work and assignments that they need to do. They will have work to do here. However, they should not need your support in doing them more than just hello, how's it going? Are you completing your assignments? Because usually it's either activities that they have learned here, or it's an activity that we're preparing them for a new lesson the next day, and we want them to be working on their own. And now we have anchoring teachers, which is a model that we're starting, where we will have teachers check on your child during the asynchronous time to ensure that all this time they're not doing sitting and not doing anything just because you have to go to work and you cannot follow up on them. So we will have, I think, 2 times. We're still building the model, but probably we'll have 2 times where a teacher, and we call it anchoring teacher, checks on your child to ensure that, okay, they know what they need to do during these sessions. And midway, they check and say, hey, what's going on? Did you finish working on that task? What is your plan for the next task? All these things. Of course, it's not a one-on-one check-in because we don't have enough human resources to do so, but we will definitely split them into groups, and they will know, not other groups that you need to keep to keep thinking about, but it's just you don't have to keep track of them. We will organize a model because we want to provide, we really believe in equal opportunities in education. We need to provide the education and continue to provide it equally to everyone. So we don't want the students who have the support at home to be having better opportunities just because than the other parents of children who have to go to work. So we're trying to really tackle this. The only days that's different is day 3, what we usually call a Wednesday. And why day 3? Day 3 is shorter. And if you can see here on the screen, it's very, very small. But when you receive the schedule, you will see day 3 is the time. Is on it. It starts at 9, finishes at 10:30 for the younger students. And then for the group B, it starts at 11 and ends at 12:30. Why it's shorter is because we try to use usually our day 3 or Wednesdays usually to have professional development for our teachers. So this is why you see that the Wednesday schedule is a little different. You will be receiving 2 of the schedules, so you will be receiving week A and week B for your child, and you will be able to look just for the 2 sessions that will be different. And here it will tell you, so we will be assigning them into group A or group B. So if I say your child is in group A, you start with synchronous and with asynchronous. If your child is in group B, then they start their morning with asynchronous and then move to synchronous. That's for the little ones, and then from grades 3 to 5, it's less complicated. So you don't have much, but 3 to 5, they have 4 periods. Before, in the earlier grade, the period is 30 minutes long because we're trying to really respect the developmental stages, attention span of the child. And even with the 30 minutes, we are planning our activities in an engaging way, and a way that will allow them to move. And we don't expect them to sit on a chair because even in our classrooms, we don't do this. So what we're going to do is day 1, and to clarify, not have them sit on a chair for a long time, because at some point they will have to sit and like they do in circle time or in class on their desk, but it's a short time. It's not like the 30 minutes that they're sitting, and the younger they are, the less time they have to be sitting in front of the screen. In 4A, this is my example. So in week A, you can see that we have 4 days that are all synchronous. So they start the day at 9 and at 1. They have one break of 45 minutes, of 20 minutes in between, and their session, and another one here, 20 minutes. So their session is 45 minutes. And they have 2 brain breaks during the day. They are not split into 2 different groups. They all go to 1 group. On Wednesday, it's their day where it's asynchronous, so they don't get to attend live classes, synchronous classes, but this is a time where later on we start having teachers, if your child needs any extra support, intervention, anything during that day, this is when we try to schedule in them. Of course, we will tell you in advance that if you'd like, we would like to have a session with your child. But also these days are used with our teachers for professional development. So if you see here, if I go to week A, here they have media on week A, well as if I go to week B, it's ICT. So we are trying to fit all our subjects in 1 week, taking into considerations that we have shorter weeks. So I don't know, I'm not looking at the questions, but I'm sure there are a lot of questions. And we will take them later on when we finish. We still have to go in the last section of your role. So your role as a parent. And Ms. Lin will take you through the section. She will discuss the role of a stay-at-home parent, the role of a working from home parent, and the role of working from the office parent.
Yes. So we want to cater for you as well. So if you are a stay-at-home parent, we want you to structure a home learning environment for your child. Make sure they are sitting in a certain area where it's noise-free or not a lot of distractions. Maybe have a desk for him or an area where they are sitting and they can concentrate. Establish some routines and expectations. What are the expectations? How to what do you want them to do? What are they allowed to do, not allowed to do? So also you can set the expectations and the routines with your child, so they feel that it's coming from them as well, because this is what we will do also during our live sessions. The teachers will be setting the expectations and the routines with the students, and so it's coming also from them. Please make sure that your child has school supplies. The supply list has been sent already to parents, and if you didn't get it, please let us know. Now, the supplies are basic supplies that they will need to be able to write, if they need to write, or color, or use basic scissors or basic supplies that are in the list. Please make sure that you have your student login for the synchronous session. Now, students from KG2 to grade 2, we will be using the parent login credentials. For returning parents or students, it's the same login like last year. If you have forgotten your password or need to reset your password, you can send an email to Ms. Rawan, and she will, Ms. Rawan at rawana@wellspring.edu.lb, and she will be ready to help you reset your password. For grades 3 to 5, we will be using the student login. Also, for new parents or the students going to grade 3, you will be receiving your new credentials as students, or for your child. They will be the credentials, the username and password will be sent to you very soon. Now we will have additional support for asynchronous activities when possible. We will, as Ms. Maha mentioned, we will be having the role of the anchoring teacher, and she will be able to support your child during these activities, and this will be communicated to you soon as well. We would like to have it to, when possible, to have authentic learning experiences. We want the children to feel that they are learning, and in a, for example, in KG2 with the unit of inquiry, to as much as possible for the learning to be hands-on, to be coming from them, what they want to learn, what they would like to learn. So this is also, we will cater for authentic learning experiences. Please, when needed, you please keep on asking us for your support. We are here to support you in any way we can. And always don't forget to have me time for yourself as parents, and also we want you to have quality time with your child as well.
Thank you, Ms. Lean. So I just want to stress again also that whatever you see here, so you see that your role is somehow, I know if I say minor now, you're going to tell me what minor. It's not that it's minor, but we don't expect you to be teaching the lessons. We don't expect you to be teaching the concepts. All we ask for is to ask for our support if your child can do it. As I said, as we said here, and Ms. Lean said here, if you would like, as a stay-at-home mom or father, or to do, and don't judge my pictures of showing a woman, because I know some people are going to say, yes, but I'm a father, and we respect this. We have very diverse families. We just put it as this is what we found. But please do not feel that that you have to do something. If you want, we will be able. You can support, and this is we said when possible, support with asynchronous activities if you like. When possible, give them authentic learning experiences. So if you know that they're learning a skill in math and you are working in the kitchen, or maybe you're doing something around the house, or maybe you're doing one of your hobbies around, try to incorporate these skills, whether directly or indirectly. You cannot incorporate everything. You cannot integrate everything, but start very simple. Just if it's addition, just see how you can do addition around the house. You will engage them. They will give you some free time, and they will be practicing their skills. And definitely don't forget your me time, because we know how much you need it. We really truly acknowledge all the work you're doing. You're staying at home is a very full-time job that we respect so dearly, and that we don't assume just because you're at home and you stay at home, that means you have the full time to be doing what a teacher's role is usually. The nature of a teacher, because we know that it's, even if you have the time, maybe you don't want, or you don't have the patience, and that's totally normal. We're here to support each other. That's a situation that we cannot control, but there are so many things in this situation that we can control, and then we will work together to control. So Ms. Lean, I will give you again to talk about the working from home and how different it is from the stay at home.
So the working from home parents, also before the home learning, the virtual learning starts, we encourage you to structure home learning environment for your child and set the routines and expectations and the school supplies needed. So yeah, we're trying to teach the children to be independent as much as possible. So the more you rehearse and practice with them how they're going to do it, and you set up things and routines for them, the easier it becomes for them and for you. And also provide them with the login credentials that are that they need. If you are working at home but you cannot be physically with them, we understand. If we can have somebody just to check on them, and a caregiver to guide them through the time organization, or to ask them if they need if their assignments are completed, if you cannot do it. And always, as we said, we are here to support you, so ask for help when needed. The school is here to support you, and also do not forget your me time, your time for yourself. Even if you are sitting at home and working, have some time for you as a parent to relax, to have your time for yourself. I just want to mention that, yes, as Ms. Maha mentioned, that the more you work on giving the children the time to be independent and helping them to be independent, the easier it will become for you and for your child. It might not work out the first day or two or first week, but bit by bit, if we give them tips and start, okay, I'm sitting with you now, let's do it together. Next time, okay, you do it alone, and I will go and come back and check on you. So bit by bit, if you do it this way, the children will learn to be more confident in doing things, and they will learn to be independent, and of course they will learn how to problem solve as well. And I think this generation, the new generation of children, usually teach us more than we teach them when it comes to technology. So I think they will be able to learn faster than we do. Moving on to the role of the parent.
Yes, I just want to just add for the caregiver part. The caregiver, I don't want you to feel that whoever is sitting with the child should be an expert in technology or should be a tutor. We are not asking for this. Even our team, Ms. Rawan or Ms. Layal, can help you set up everything, bookmark everything on their tablets, so they can just take it and just ensure that they go in. And as Ms. Lean said, little by little they will get used to do it even alone, regardless of how young they are. So we're just asking for a minimal support just to redirect in case the child is not in front of the screen. Now, the role of when you are working from the office and you're not at home, Ms. Lean?
Yes. So also, as we said, the structuring the home learning environment is very important. So if we can do this also ahead of time, since you're working from the office, you can do it the couple of days before school starts, setting the routine and expectations, preparing the environment with their school supplies, their login credentials, and whoever is with the child, whoever caregiver is with the child, just also have them, guide them through how to, for example, have the timetable there for them just to monitor if they are going from one session to the other, or to ask them about or check in on the child to see that they are on task. So as we said, that the school is always here to support you when needed. And as I mentioned before, that we want the children to be independent. It will take a few days, for some maybe a few weeks, but we are all here to support you and to work together. And also for working parents that are working from the office, we want you not to forget your me time as well for yourself when you come back home and you want to relax.
I just want to say that if you've noticed that the three roles somehow are not very different. So, and this was our point somehow as we sat and look at them, because we feel that yes, you are playing a major role right now in the education of your children, because really without your support we cannot do it. But at the same time, we're structuring, we're planning, we're organizing our teaching in a way, our learning and teaching in a way that does not require your support in terms of a tutor or as a teacher. So you're not expected to be teaching or reteaching concepts. Please do reach out to us if you feel that your child is struggling with virtual learning. We are ready to help, as we usually do at school. We don't tell you, oh, try to figure it out, try to help them learn it, but we say, okay, let's see how we can find the support for your child, who can support them, what they need. So we need to continue, and we want to be able to continue that during virtual learning. Before we start taking our questions, remember at the beginning we went into Socrative and we took the formative assessment quickly to see where our parents, and those were the questions. I feel horrible. Can I run away? I don't believe my child will learn. I feel anxious, but I'm ready. I feel good and ready to start. I'm super duper excited. And if we look here, we had 9% who feel they want to run away. 43% believe that their children will not learn. 30% think that they're anxious, but they are ready to start. 9% feel good and 9% feel super duper good. We want you both to support others. So I'm going to restart it. So I'm going to just restart it on, I don't know if I can do on a different window, but let's try to remember. I'm going to put them here. So 9, 43, 30, 9, and 9. And it might go worse right now after you looked at our timetables and our webinar. It could have been better. But again, it's a way for us to assess our next steps and our moving forward. So I'm going to finish this one, and I would like you, I'm going to restart one. I would like you to go again. I will share my screen. Go either scan the QR code or go to b.socrative.com. You can just type in Google student Socrative and then it'll take you right away. Enter the room name, Wellspring 2021. and answer the following question. Are we feeling any better? A, I still feel horrible, can I run away? B, I still don't believe that my child will learn this year. C, I still feel anxious, but I'm ready to the challenge maybe. D, I feel good and ready to start. E, I'm super duper excited. So pick the choice that you want. I think, let me just check that you're able. Yes, so we have one vote, no, more than one vote already. No, 1 out of 10 students in the room. So again, if you go there, it's Wellspring 2021, one word. So if you can submit your answers, we can look at answers. We already have 2 students. So A is horrible, can I run away? B is, what was B? I'm starting to forget. Oh, I don't believe my child can learn. C is anxious, but I can do it, I think. D is, I feel good. And E, super duper excited. And so right now we have, wow, we have more participants in the room, which is great. And you can see how it's an easy tool for our teachers to assess your children's learning. So if I just taught a concept and I want to, I will ask a student a question and ask them right away to answer. So it's a quick visual for me to know, okay, who's getting it, who still needs support, what's happening. So, so I don't take much longer. I will wait just a few seconds. Okay.
Yes, Ms. Maha, I just shared the link and the room name on the chat.
So if you are on Google, and so you can either scan this code, or if you are on Google, just put student Socrative. You will open a it will open a page where it asks you for a room name. Put Wellspring 2021, one word. And I will keep my screen a little bit before we move to the questions and answers. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Thank you so much for not stop the webinar, but stop the poll, because so we can we have time for the questions and answers. But if I can, at least I dropped from 9% to 0%. So far we don't have parents from the 35 parents running away. So that's a good start for us. We still have 32% who believe their children will not learn, and hopefully we can change this belief. We are here to change it, and hopefully we will do together. 46%, 45% feel that they're anxious, but they're ready, and that's great. Our feeling good went up to 21% from 9, and here we have more participants, so that's great. And then our super duper is 3 out of 9. And as I told teachers, you know, when you start getting a deep understanding of a structure, this is when you would say, okay, no, maybe I'm not that expert, I need help, I'm not super duper excited. So we're here to support each other as a community. So I'm going to start taking, I will keep the screen for a little bit on, as we are taking questions. And I'm sorry, I can't see the Q&A, but I can see on my phone that Ms. Ola, if you keep tagging me, I can read them. Some of you are asking about for this students who are out of the country or security reason. So what the school has been doing is that we are working with these families to offer them the virtual learning for now, definitely. And when we go on blended learning, they will be able to continue with us, because we will be placing cameras for live streaming in our classes for these students who will not be able to attend physically. However, you cannot just pick it by default, so you need to contact us. We need to study your case. It has to get the head of school approval. But as much as we are able to support, we are trying to support our families. So please, if you are one of these families, do contact us, because we have the streaming option. Because now virtual, it's fine, it's totally fine. But the problem is that when we go back into a blended model where they have face-to-face classes, this is when where they will need the streaming option. So, and we need to make sure that teachers are checking on them and others. So we need to build these systems. We have few families that are in these cases. And again, if your family needs that model, please do contact us. Another question was about schedules. When are we receiving the schedule? You will be receiving the schedule as soon as we announce the class list. We are having a lot of students leaving, but also a lot of students coming, particularly now with new assignments in the country. So we're just making sure that keeping our class list till the last moment, because we want to ensure that we can keep them as balanced as possible. We look at many factors to have a balanced classroom, and we want to keep that even with the last minute changes that are happening. But I can assure you that until now we are really happy to be able to keep most of our students, and we actually added a section in KG1, and we still are able to have our diverse population, which really feels great with everything that's happening around. So someone is talking about virtual learning about last year and how frustrating it was. I couldn't read I got almost, okay. I understand, like, that's why I showed the video at the beginning. I know that we reflected a lot, even though we had a lot of good feedback about our virtual learning last year. We were not satisfied because we were on survival mode, let's say. We were not planned, we were not expected. Honestly, we did not think that one day we will be functioning virtually. So I hope you give us another chance, and I hope you allow us, you work with us in order for us, because after all, we both want the same thing. We both want the learning of your children. We both want their learning regardless of the situation. So we feel that it's their right to learn, whether it's COVID-19 or any other situation, it's their right. We are here as adults. We are responsible to keep pushing and supporting each other from the parent side and the teacher side to ensure that learning is happening, because after all, this is a right. This is not for them. It's not their problem if we are going through a very exceptional situation, and that's why I truly respect a lot you parents, but also my team, all the teachers, all the leaders who really are going through a lot on a personal level, but still are putting a lot to ensure the children are learning. So do we have a choice not to go blended? As I said, please do write us if you believe that you cannot. Until now, we did not decide because we don't have the ministry's permission to go blended. So we're waiting until, because for now it's September 28th, but we're not sure until then what the decision will be. We are ready for the blended, but we cannot open the school unless we have the permission of the Ministry of Education and Higher Education. So if when we open, you feel that you don't feel that your students will be safe, you have a special medical case at home, please do communicate with us. We want to see the number of students who will be going virtual. We need to see how we can accommodate, because everything needs to be planned. So we don't just want to say yes without being prepared to continue to provide the high quality education for your children. So please do communicate with us as soon as possible. I don't know. Okay. Anyone else wants to answer any question, Ala, Lin? Or do you want me to answer any question, because I can't see them on my phone, all of them? No. Okay.
Maha, we have one question about if about the choice. So if the parents have the choice to go between blended or not sending the students to school.
It's not honestly, it's not something that we're encouraging, because we if we are a blended, we are trying to our full focus, and our teachers are in the blended model. We're trying to accommodate few cases that are really exceptional and that can do differently. Again, I don't want to generalize. I don't know what your family's situation is. All I ask for, please do contact us. If we have a big number of families contacting us, we need to think of it in a different way than if we have fewer cases, in terms of logistics, in terms of planning, in terms of all this. So it's not that I don't want to answer your questions at this point, but I don't know how many students we're talking about, how many families, because plans will be different. As I said, we will not say, yes, of course, we'll do it. It's great. If we are not for sure that we will be providing your child with the right education and with the education with wellspring standards, let's say. Okay, I just want to just one more thing is that, and this is not ready, but I know that you have a lot of emails to be keeping up with, and you have a lot of concerns. How can I keep up with day 1, week 1, day 2? So I'm going to show you something that's still under construction, will be shared with you before your children start school, but it's a internal website for all our PYP students, and that's exactly going to look like this. So if every morning you can just go in here and it will tell you that my learning today, so for the child, the learning is model, virtual or blended or face-to-face, so whatever the model is. And then what week are we at? Because I know you cannot keep up. I can't keep up as well if I don't have this. So is it week A? Is it week B? What follows? So for me as a parent, I go here every morning and I check, or I teach my child if they're old enough to say, okay, can you go check? And this is virtual week A, and what day is it? Because as we said, we called them day 1, 2, 3 because we didn't want, for example, to have a closure and more in blended times. A closure of school every Monday, let's say, and the group who is supposed to be on campus on Monday is always not being on campus. So we decided to go on day 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say day 1 is off. That means that day 1 was a Monday, but Monday is a closure because we can't get to school or whatever is happening. Then the next day will continue to be day 1. And you don't have to keep up with these days. You don't have to keep up with the weeks. All you have to do, we will share this website with you once it's ready. And it has, as you see, it has all the information here. It has learning and teaching models that we shared before, home learning essentials, how to help your child, the school supplies, the school calendar. We added a few extra things. I don't want to overwhelm you now with it, but this is basically what we're preparing, so you don't have to keep up with what day is it, what week, what model, what. It's a lot to keep up with, and we're trying as much as possible to make your life easier. So from my side, this is it, unless there are more questions that you would like me to answer that I didn't answer.
Ms. Maha, there's a question about the last 3 hours. Now, how this is organized, that the students will be for 30 minutes with the teacher, and then they will have a brain break. So it's not a full 3 hours on the screen. And even during these 30 minutes on the screen, there's movement, things that the child can.
Miss Ala, you're breaking up.
You're breaking up. So what?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I can continue. Yes, so the live session, especially for the little ones and for those who have nursery, KG1, KG2, and I'm sure grade 1 and 2, so they will not be sitting in front of the screen all the time. It will be interactive. There will be a lot of movement. There will be a lot of, time. For example, the teacher will set the timer, go get something that is, for example, if it's a math session, go get something that is a square, for example, if they're working on shapes. So the children will not be sitting in front of the screen all the time. There will be a lot of movement during circle time, a lot of singing and dancing, and so we will, of course, we are catering for the individual needs and for the children's attention span at each grade level and their attention span.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lin. Any other questions that are pending? Okay, so I think
there is a question about submission of homework. It's going to be a session of
Yes, it's going to be a session about assignment, just about assignment and how to submit it through the team application. Everyone will be submitting their assignment through this application, like Teams, and the assignment feature on Team. I don't know if Ms. Rawan wants to add anything at this point, but we will have a full session dedicated for assignment. Don't worry about it at this point.
Thank you, Maha.
So you wanted to say something, or we just?
No, we're good. We have a session in September 10 about using assignments, so I guess let's just wait for it. As for now, we're not going to start with giving assignments beginning of the first 2 weeks, of course. So.
Okay. Yes, so the first few weeks of school, we will not have assignments, or at least the first week, because it's a week where we're building strong community relationships, we're building routines, expectations. We are trying to connect with the students and make them understand that they're important as a person, more than just to be learning English, math, science, and all those. We do really give a big importance for our academics, but our social emotional comes as equal as the academic, and this is why we look at the whole student and whole child, and we believe that learning will not happen if the child does not feel safe, if the child does not feel happy, and if they're not put in conditions that are structured for their success. Okay. Thank you so much for attending today's session. We hope it was informative. It helped you. Please do join us for our next session. Will be about structuring your child's home learning environment. And in between on September 2nd, we have the Meet the Teachers for grade 4 and 5. We will send you reminders. We will send you, and we will this time include the sign-in link again in the email. So I apologize if you hear it from anyone they couldn't join. I do apologize for this. I will include it in my email, in my reminder email. So we hope to see you soon. We were so happy to have, I have like 70 here who entered the room. So really happy to see you all with us tonight, and hope to see you very, very soon. Bye. Have a good evening.
We will be also sharing the recording of this session, so hopefully no one will miss it. Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone.